Welcome, Darren Gendron, everybody.
Oh, gosh. How's it going, everybody? I apparently have very strong opinions about Aquaman, and I have trouble hiding it when I'm getting ready to go on stage. I like Batman, don't get me wrong, but okay, all right, here. I'm going to do my impersonation of Batman. This is my impersonation of Batman. My impersonation of Batman reading a Where's Waldo. Where is he? He's not a good detective, is what I'm saying. Like, at some point, he was a detective, and then he just kind of became a rich guy that punches crazy people. It's like a slightly more violent version of the LAPD at this point, you know? It's like, I don't know, like, I like Batman. I always wanted to see that society of supervillains meeting. Like, I wanted to be there to have them, like, gather them all together and say, how do we kill the Batman? And just have the one not crazy criminal in the room just going, bullets! Just use bullets! It worked for the parents, it'll work for the kid, it's hereditary. These are how these things work. It's funny because he's an orphan. Oh, gosh. It's like, I like to think about Batman. My favorite thing to think about Batman is him as a stand-up comedian. Like, because you know he has tried it at some point, you know, what's the deal with airline food? You know, it's just like, he wouldn't be a good comedian, not at all. Because, you know, he'd practice his punchlines, but he'd never kill. Just the judgment roll over that. See, that was what I was feeling. I was like, nope, gotta go hide behind the nice cabinet over there, so I stopped distracting. I was checking out, like, they have the nice little Beast and Belle statues up there. I'm a really good comedian. I was like, everybody look away from me if you can. But then they have, like, the Beast and Belle up there, and I was thinking about it because, you know, I like that story, Beauty and the Beast. For those that don't know it. It's the story of the most dedicated household staff ever. Because think about it, like, if I worked there, like, say if I was a dishwasher working for Prince Adam, and I wake up and curse, and I'm like, a plate? I'm not doing my job anymore. I'm not going to sing a song and wash the other plates. I'm going to be a plate. That's going to be my life now. Like, yeah, you can eat off me if you want, but I'm going to make it weird. Like, oh, those mashed potatoes tickle. Like, you're going to put me in the cupboard and just let me be a plate till you figure this out, Adam. Stop being Beast. Just fall in love. That's all you got to do. Just don't eat off me. It's weird. It's Friday, guys. Oh, man. I'm a dad, too. I should probably point that out. Because I had the worst start to the weekend possible as a dad. My son is 6 years old, and I had to pick him up from the principal's office. Yeah, that's not a way to start a weekend. He was picking on one of the girls. He was calling her Jennifer's. You guys have any idea how hard it is to keep a straight face in that situation? I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, that's wordplay and a fart joke put together. Like, I want to secretly give I can't punish him, is what I'm saying. Like, that's the rule. As a parent, you can't punish someone if you have no moral authority. Like, if you spend 2 hours going on a rant on the bad Transformers movie earlier today, which I did, yeah, you don't get to punish your kid. Yeah, it doesn't happen. Revenge of the Fallen, in case anybody's like trying to rank that franchise of where it hit the ground zero mark. It was also known as Transformers: The Writer's Strike. It's just to like point out like how important writing is, even if it's giant robots. That's the great movie where it has the climactic scene of like Shia needing to take a sock full of Transformer dust and carry it across the desert. And it's like 5 miles of desert and the Decepticons are attacking and it's just Michael Bay all over the place and explosions and it's this dramatic scene. Like it's Shia and all the Transformers and they're walking, these giant robots and the dust and the sock and the 5 miles of desert and the giant robots that all turn into cars. At no point does one of them go like, dude, I'm a Camaro half the time. Why don't we drive? That guy over there is a tank. Get in the tank. No, we're gonna walk. Okay, let's do it. It's like if like in Lord of the Rings, if the Eagles were part of the Fellowship from the very beginning, but refused to let anybody fly on them. They're just like walking by in front of them. That little dude's carrying the ring the whole way. No one's riding on us today. Like, oh, man. I'm not gonna lie, that was my favorite act out I ever get to do. Just an angry, bitter eagle refusing to. I like it. It's oh gosh, like I like dumb things, and I know this because I was getting psyched for Fast and the Furious, like the last one that came out, and I wanted a refresher course on it because I don't know if you guys know this, they're not in order. Like there's a chronological jump in between the movies. I think it's the second one happens after the sixth one. I couldn't remember. So I went to Google and I'm like, I type it in like plot line Fast and Furious. Google is like, did you mean Fast and the Furious plot lines? And I'm like, yes, and it just came back with no. Not there. It's at some point it was a story about street racers from Echo Park racing for $2,000. And then it became street racers from Echo Park racing a submarine for national security. There's been some escalation along the way. We're 2 moves away from them in space. That's where we're at, guys. I want to see it, though. I want to see it. Like the Russians have stolen the Mars rover and we got to go space race them on the moon. Yeah. I'd like to point out, like, I know the Mars rover is not on the moon, but do you think that the creators of the Fast and the Furious franchise know and or care? No, they do not. No. Like, we're going to see this movie. They're going to steal the space shuttle. They're going to do a donut off of Halley's Comet. We're going to be like, Houston, we don't have a problem. We have a family. What you guys just saw there was a flawless impersonation of Michelle Rodriguez. It's like she was on the stage with me. She died 3 times doing that to me. Oh, gosh. Nice hat. That's like a $25, $30 hat, right? Yeah, okay. That's a reasonable hat price. Okay, I'm a little bit weirded out by this because a friend of mine got a hat as a gift, and they left the price tag on it, and it was a $300 hat. There should be no such thing as a $300 hat. No. Like, if there's a $300 hat and I buy it, I better be able to put that thing on my head and it's going to sort me into either Gryffindor or Slytherin. That's the only way that makes sense to me. Like, I love that's a thing that I love about Harry Potter. It's like, welcome to being a wizard. First, take a BuzzFeed test to find out your personality. Like, let's get us started. Like, it's like, if you tell me your astrological sign, I will never care. Like, to me, that means nothing. But if you tell me your Hogwarts house, I know what that means. Like that, okay, we have a personal connection. I understand. Yeah. I'd really like Harry Potter, but I've been wanting a new Harry Potter book. Is anybody with me on this one?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, we got a new Harry Potter book like last year. And I was like, no, we did not want that Harry Potter book. It was Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. It's easily the worst thing that happened in 2016, guys. Damn it. And it's the story of Harry Potter as a dad sending his kid to school. And I was like, man, I did not want that story. It's boring, it's terrible, it breaks every rule that they set in the earlier books. And it occurs to me, like, I want a very specific book. Like, I want the Harry Potter, the 19-year-old. I want the Harry Potter that's just realizing that the best year of his life was last year. You know, give me that slow downward slide into mediocrity. That's what I need to read right now. You know, I need Harry Potter and the undeclared major. Harry Potter and the underage drinking. Harry Potter and the look, I'm just taking a year off to go backpacking through Europe. I really just need to experiamos myself. That's what I want. Oh gosh. So as you guys know, obviously I like dumb things, right? My favorite brand of dumb thing are roadside attractions, like giant thermometers or giant wind chimes. I will stop every time to get a picture with these things. And I found my favorite one. I was driving through Arizona, and I saw a giant billboard, and it read, Knife City, 50 miles. Tell me more, giant billboard. And I'm like, I'm driving through, it's on Route 66. And it's just like a countdown. Knife City, 40 miles. I'm picturing like this frontier town, like you cross the border and like, here's your machete, watch out, the Swiss Army is patrolling these woods. Like, I'm getting psyched, Knife City, 30 miles, Knife City, 20 miles, I will cut someone! I'm just like, I'm getting psyched up, I'm ready, it's Knife City, people! And I pull off Knife City, and I walk in, and Knife City is a barn. Knife City is a barn with 2 rooms filled with knives and a guy watching Fox News, and that's it. And I felt the need to like walk back and kick in the door and say, I demand to see your knife constitution. This isn't even a knife township. Like, what is this? I'm banned from Knife City is what I'm saying. That's one of 2 takeaways that we need to have on this story, is that I'm banned, and number 2, I need to become a crazy millionaire. I need to, because one of the things that I will do, I guarantee this, is I will build my own Knife City. And I will build it immediately behind this knife township. So that when people go in, they walk in, they're like, this isn't a Knife City, and they walk out all angry, they'll walk out and they'll say, that's not a Knife City. And then they'll take a step back and say, that's a knife sitting. And there'll be happiness in the world. That's what I like. I like laughter too. That's my big motivating factor for being a stand-up comedian. I love making people laugh. And I admitted earlier that my dad, I got a favorite laugh. It's my son. Like, if I make him laugh, it's a good day. And I know I'm being just super sappy right now. It's like, oh, the laughter of a child is the best thing ever. If you don't have kids, though, like, I understand where you guys are coming from. Because let's say you don't have kids, you live alone, and it's 2 a.m., and you know the house is empty. At that point, the laughter of a child is not the best sound in the world. At that point, it is the worst sound in the world. No, if you hear a giggle in the middle of the night, you got one thing left to do. Yeah, you get out of that house, you burn that house down. Yeah, you're a hobo now. You're a hobo that's not going to get murdered by a Japanese schoolgirl that died in 1962. All right, everybody, I've been Darren. Thank you.